Shalom, shalom, all praise be to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash, the blessed elders and apostles of Great Most on that Ruel, shalom to the elect. This is the Guardian. Towards the end of the year, it was said that, as it reads here, why is Mark Zuckerberg building a private apocalypse bunker in Hawaii? And it reminds me of the film that was released before the end of the year. What was it called again? Leave the World Behind. You know, people were doomsday prepping and had underground bunkers underneath their houses, man. Yeah, and this is recorded in the scriptures. The Bible has predicted about doomsday bunkers, underground tunnels for these elites and rich men trying to flee the wrath of the Most High, which is inevitable. Yeah. It says just below billionaires, charity is an endless well of self-preservation. Their desperate plan for the end betrays everything they spout about equality and progress. The rich can't buy their way out of death, but they can certainly postpone it for a while. All of the pure food and expensive healthcare and personal trainers that money can buy to indeed keep the wealthy breathing longer, on average, than the rest of us. Yet it is not death itself that is the great equalizer. It is the fear of death that is the thing that the highest powers of money cannot safeguard against. Look, man, there's no amount of money or physical strength or wisdom you have in this world that can help you escape death, man. You can read it for yourself. But the main point is, him building a doomsday bunker. Let me get the scriptures. This is Revelation 6. And the subheading says the sixth seal, terror. And what type of terror? It says it here. I read from the top, verse 12. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell into the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together. A great destruction, man. Talking about a great destruction like the nuclear bombs, nuclear missiles. Creating that like mushroom cloud. And every mountain and island were moved out of their places, because of that great destruction, the bombs. And the kings of the earth, is, World War III, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men. So these are all these elites, top people of the world, And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, army people, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens, and in the rocks of the mountains. What's that talking about? Doomsday bunkers, underground tunnels. And said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth in the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. So they're scared that Yahushai, who the world calls, Jesus Christ, which is a false name. The true name is Yahushai, and it will be considered as a so-called black man due to Revelations 13 and verse 15. Revelations chapter 1 through verses 13 to 15. I meant to say, Slakia gives the description of the Lord. Burnt bronze, burnt brass. So they're scared and trying to escape the inevitable judgment of the Lord returning, man. And he's coming in the chariots of God, which the world calls UFOs, with the holy angels, man. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? That's the question. Who's going to be able to bear? It's inevitable, man. And people will get judged. and the elites cannot escape it. And that's what they fear of. That's why they're trying to make their space programs and stuff like that. Space Force, like Donald Trump mentioned. Trying to gather information about space and these aircrafts that they see in whizzing through the earth and out. Isaiah 2, I'll start from verse 17 straight to the point. And the loftiness of man shall be bowed down, and the haughtiness of man shall be made low. Yeah, the Lord's coming to destroy the pride of the people, because people are proudful, arrogant, wicked, no care or sense of the Most High. Yeah, the Lord's going to destroy all your wisdom and knowledge and ideologies that you believe in. It's going to be confounded. Yeah. And when the Lord shows his power, you're going to bear witness. Hey, there's a true God, man. And he's beyond all your beliefs and your opinions and feelings. Yeah. When the Lord comes, feminism's going to shut down. When the Lord comes, your science is going to shut down. Yeah, your opinions and emotions are going to shut down. And it says, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. Yeah. People are going to reverence and exalt the Lord, Yahweh Shemeshai, man. Starting with the elect, they're going to proclaim the Lord. And the idols he shall utterly abolish. Yeah. Your idols, your gods, your false religions, your false ideologies, all your wines and demonic doctrines are going to be put to rest. It's not going to save you. And they shall go into the holes of the rocks, hiding in holes, and into the caves of the earth, for fear of the Lord. Yeah. So it's mentioning it again. And for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. Yeah. The earth is going to be under great chaos, man. And Babylon the Great, which is America, is going to feel mostly the wrath of God, man. It's going to be totally annihilated. Burning. When he ariseth to shake terribly the earth, in that day a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one of himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats. Yeah, so people are gonna give up all hope on the things that they believed in. Yeah, yeah. They're gonna cast everything away, man. The technology is not gonna work. It's gonna be useless, futile. Yeah, to the moles and to the bats. And where are moles located? Yeah, moles dig underneath the ground. Bats are mainly located where caves are. Yeah, in dark places. To go into the clefts of the rock and into the tops of ragged rocks, for fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. The scripture talks about the earth shall move to and fro like a drunkard. Seize ye from man, whose breath is in his nostrils. For wherein is he to be accounted of? And it's Isaiah 19 from the top. Message to Egypt. Now, Egypt can refer to Babylon or empire or people that's in power, and also bondage, oppression. Verse 1, Exodus 20 and 2, it talks about Egypt, the house of bondage, man. And at one point, the Egyptians, Matazariam, they were at the pinnacle, at the top, and oppressing our people. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud. Yeah. What does that mean? Riding upon a swift cloud. The Lord is going to be on a vehicle, an aerial vehicle, man, which is a so-called UFO, the chariots of God, and a supernatural angelic vehicle, man. Yeah, UFOs, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. People will be scared, frightened, shitless, man. And I'll set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Yeah. You can even relate that to America against Russia, man. Yeah, they're both Edomite races, and they're both two different superpowers, but one's trying to top the other. You know, like Matthew 24 talks about nation shall rise against nation. Also, the book of Matthew's, I think Luke as well. It talks about Satan divided against Satan. The Edomites fighting against each other. And they shall fight every one against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. So there's going to be so much chaos in these last days, man. Different factions, rebellions, yeah, social classes going against each other. The poor versus the rich in the suburbs. Yeah, the government against the public. Yeah, total chaos. And the spear of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. Yeah, the society is going to face a collapse socially, economically. All forms of things that keep the society strong is going to collapse, man. Yeah, it's going to happen worldwide, but especially going to happen to Babylon the Great, which is America. And I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And starting with the elites of Esau, these Edomites, these devils, they're going to be looking towards their, as it says, they're wizards and stuff like that, because they're into enchantments and spells, wizardry. They're witches and warlocks, man. They're demons. They do demonic sacrifices and stuff like that. They're going to seek to use their technology to do things, man, to harm the people, to try and fight against the Lord's men. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. Yeah, the Lord's going to rule, man, because the Lord, the King of kings and Lord of lords. As Jeremiah 9, because it was talking, the article was talking about, trying to buy their way out of death or prolong death. Jeremiah 9:23, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom. Yeah, no matter how much knowledge and information you have in this world, in a worldly sense, your PhDs, your degrees, and all your piece of papers and certificates, it doesn't matter with the Lord. The Lord don't give a damn about that. Yeah, because the Lord don't class that as wisdom. That's fluff for him. Isaiah 55 talks about my thoughts are higher than your thoughts, my ways are higher than your ways. Yeah. So your wisdom is limited, man. Your brain capacity can only hold so much. But the Lord is limitless. Yeah. You can't outsmart a nuke. You can't outsmart the wrath of God, man. And it says, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Yeah, you can have all the biceps in the world. You can be the most fittest man. You can do all the PEDs and steroids you want. Yeah, you can be the physical peak archetype man. Warrior, hunter, whatever. It's no match with the Lord, man, because you can't punch nukes. You can't punch laser beams. You can't. That's it. Yeah. The angels are stronger than you. Yeah. They're supernatural. The vehicles of the angels, the so-called UFOs, are beyond our flesh. Yeah. You cannot compete. And it says, let not the rich man glory in his riches. Yeah, you can't buy your way out of death. You can't cheat your way out of death. You can't do any. The money is not going to mean anything in these last days. Society is going to be in a collapse anyway. It is in a collapse. Your credit-based system or your cash or your gold and silver is not going to save you from the wrath of God. Yeah. But let him that glory glorifieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me. For I am the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yashai, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Lord. Yeah. That's it. That's it, man. So Mark Zuckerberg and all those people that build apocalypse bunkers, yeah, it's futile, man. And the Lord's gonna snatch them wherever they are, man. Yeah. Yeah. With that, all praise be to Yahweh Shemeshai B'Shem Kakadash. Shalom.